apart from that, what effect did the war have on the village of Raglan that you can recall?
Well, the rationing was about the worst, I think.
Was all food rationed? Or
Yeah, everything was rationed in those days, yes.
What about traffic?
Well, we had a lot of military traffic through here, coming down and going to the docks for going over to France. Horse and mules and motor transport.
There was some motor transport?
Oh yes, there's quite a that's the most motor transport we saw was through the war. And of course there was no private cars or anything like that then, because petrol was and the plane road, I think, then in those days.
Right. But you wouldn't have seen many private cars in any case.
No.
Coming through. So it didn't. The Great War didn't have a particularly great effect on you as a boy, because you would be about 11 or 12
That's
years.
right, yes.
Years old then.
Yeah.
So you went up to 1920s, something, working in the shop. Then you were redundant.
Yes.
Presumably, then you were on the dole.
Well, for about 2 months, till I got this. I was offered a job and I had to take it. If I didn't take the job, I wouldn't have got any dough. So I was quite happy anyhow.
And what sort of a job was it, and who was it with?
I worked for the Monmouthshire County Council in those days. I was on repairs.
Repairs to buildings?
No, to roads.
To the roads.
Maintenance of roads. Road improvements.
And you covered which area? Just Raglan?
Raglan and Abergavenny.
The road from Raglan to Abergavenny?
Yes, and all the roads around.
The lanes?
Yes,
around.
yes. Right up to the Breckenshire and Herefordshire borders, on the main road, trunk roads.
And this entailed keeping the surface of the road, which presumably was tarmacked in those days. So you did this yourselves, more or less done manually.
Yes, we had a gang. A guy worked in the gang, and it was all done by hand. We didn't have any of the machines in those days.
Did you have things like steamrollers?
Oh, we did have steamrollers, yes.
But that was all the mechanical devices
That's
that
right,
you had.
mechanical. That's right.
And how did you find this? Quite a change from working in the shop.
Oh yes, it was. I started in the summer. It was nice, a lovely summer, and it's nice to be out in the open.
Yes. What about the hours? Were they shorter than?
Yeah, we worked a 48-hour week, much shorter than shop hours.
So that was 8 hours a day, Monday to Saturday.
That's right.
Inclusive.
Yes.
You just had the Sunday off.
Yes, on the Sunday off. We worked half a day on Saturday.
How did you get to wherever you were working? Where did you report in the morning?
Well, to the job you were working on, and you had to get there best way. Provide your own transport. Get
so
there
if you were working in Abergavenny, it's up to you to
get there.
Abergavenny.
The work was there for you to get to it.
And if you didn't get there,
well, you just lost the time.
You weren't paid.
You lost too much time, and you weren't paid. You lost too much time while you
were out.
You were out. I used to push bike, and in the end I bought a motorbike. When it was on the long distance.
When did you buy your first motorbike?
In 1929.
And what type was it?
I had a Norton motorbike then.
A Norton?
A Norton.
And what size would this be?
A 500 cc.
So you went for the big stuff right away?
Yes, straight away. I'd ridden motorbikes before, of course, but I
didn't know that.
I hadn't owned one. So when the distance came a bit far, I thought I had the chance of this bike, and I bought it. And
that made a difference.
Oh, quite a difference.
Yes, 500 bike.
Yes.
And where did you? You haven't mentioned a garage. Where did you buy your petrol?
Well, like two garages then. There was Mr. Hampshire's.
Oh yes, on Ask Road, yes. You did mention.
And Jones is up here, it's the central garage.
This is where
Reg Watkins is now.
there's always been a garage.
Oh,
there,
yes.
But I would have thought that with few vehicles around at that time that they would find it difficult to make a...
Oh, yes. But they didn't rely on the motor trade.
Altogether. They had sidelines.
They had sidelines.
Yeah.
Mr. Armchair did a lot of work with on farm machineries and that sort of thing.
I see, repairing and supplying.
Yeah, that's right, and wheelwrights, and of course a lot of horses to be shod in those days.
Yes.
And the same with Mr. Jones.
Yes. So you always liked motorbikes?
Yes, oh yes. I had a motorbike quite a while. Up to the Second World War. Then I sold the bike when I went in the army. And
that same bike?
No, I had about 6 or 7 different mates.
Like what? Tell me about them.
Well, different mates. It were all English bikes in those days.
Yes.
The Sunby Made JS and BSA and Francis Barnett. And I did own a Prep Superior.
Did you?
With a sidecar.
That's quite a job.
That's right.